Hello, hello, hello. He said from Zesters Lab. Just came back from town. I've lost the plot completely. Went to the charity shops. And when we got to the once again, 50% sale. I mean, is there anything more wonderful than going to a charity shop and everything is half price? So, this is what I found. After I've cleaned my workspace and found all the haberdasheries and said I really do not need anything more. This is what I found. Okay, so first of all, I found these little balls. I don't know what it is, but I thought, for the dog. It was 30 Rand, then it was at the end 15 Rand, and I don't know what it is. Actually, there's plastic around it. So I really don't know what it is. Oh my goodness, oh well. It looks like small little balls. I don't know. So when I got to the till, on my way to the till, but first of all, look at this. So I do not buy any vintage things anymore, but this little cup, it's got a little chip there. It's William James, Victoria's Garden. I mean, just look at that. Isn't this just the most gorgeous thing ever? With two. I just bought two because they were all one less than $1. And I thought, you know what? For 10 Rand. They were 20 Rand, so I got them for 10 Rand. So for $1/2, much less than $1/2, I am going to buy it. And I am going to put a little plant or something in here. And I am going to put it in a special place in my home so that I can see it. Or perhaps I'm going to drink out of it. It is just too beautiful. So this was actually the first thing I got, was the little cup and saucer. Well, when we walked past to go and pay, they were busy packing out this beautiful bag. I don't know, but this is a linen bag. So when I saw it, I just knew this is my bag. So when I got to the front, I said, no, it doesn't have a price yet. So she said, well, make a price. And I think I said 40 Rand. I'm not sure. So I got this beautiful linen bag. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? For $1. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to throw all my little pieces of cloth that I use for my slow stitching and my books, journals. Perhaps I'm going to throw all of them in here. And then I'm going to get husband to put a hook on my wall in my little room so that I can just hang it there, because there's no more space on my floor or anywhere else. So this will be great for that. Or I will use it. And then it was just more and more of these white old cotton tablecloths. Well, I think this was $1 at the end. I mean, you can see this, if I dye this with all my way of dyeing and things, that was $1. This can be absolutely gorgeous. So I don't think I would have bought it if it wasn't half price. But then how can I not buy that I know that I use? Oh my goodness, I'm there in front in my little room just tearing those things into pieces to use and to whatever. This one also was not marked yet. So I just walked past. This was so beautiful. I think it is, I don't know, but you can see it is broken. So I don't care, because I just tear it up, use it in my either slow stitchings or my books. So I absolutely love this color. I love the feel. This is definitely a wool type of thing. So I couldn't let that go. So this is another. This must have been something that you throw over a bed. It is really quite thick. Once again, you can see it is actually no longer really good to use, but I can tear this and I can dye this and I can use this as for slow stitching and in my journals once again. So at the end, this was $1, 20 rand, 20 rand. Then I found this. I just loved the pattern. I absolutely loved the pattern, loved the color. Knew every time this is a duvet cover, every time I look for a piece of cloth, look at the back, I haven't even seen that, but every time I look for a piece of cloth for my slow stitching and things or my books, I go for this. So I thought, wow, this is double. I mean, it's a duvet cover. And at the end, half price, this was 30 rand. So $1.50. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is cotton. And now, you will not believe this. This is absolutely gorgeous. It was 80 rand, so I got it for 40 rand, less than $2. Look at this, a tablecloth, embroidery, old vintage tablecloth. And I must admit, it's very dirty at places. What is there? Okay, they staple it there. I cannot even see the marks now. Yeah, there's a little mark. So I will first wash it to see if I can really get it clean. And if I get this beautifully clean and it is not broken at places, I usually keep it like this. Or I thought of making a beautiful curtain. Just cut it, sew it, and then make a beautiful curtain for my kitchen. Remember, I haven't made the the curtains for my kitchen and scullery yet. But this was a very precious find. This was I could not believe it when I saw this. This is just gorgeous. I mean, just look at the crochet work in there. It's just absolutely gorgeous. What I will also perhaps use this for is a summer nightie for me. I mean, I want to use this. I want to wear this. I want to feel this. I either going to go for a duvet cover or something then, or a nightgown or something where I can really use this. You know, that's why I say I can put it once again in my cupboard and there it's going to stay, or I can create something that I really love and use. That is the way to go. So this was just for another $1. Just a yellow, beautiful cotton piece of cloth. I just thought, you know, I'll be able to use this. I can rust it a little bit and then make it a little bit less yellow. I don't know. So yes, I told you I was on a roll. Then this was there. Also 40 rand. So I got it for 20 rand. Another beautiful crochet work. So I really don't know what I'm going to do with this. Because I don't do the round table. This was for a beautiful little table. I've got many here that I inherited from my parents, but I'm not going to go that route. So I don't know. I just thought, you know, for 20 rand, I just cannot let it go. So it must definitely be an older person whose stuff landed in the charity shop. Another white tablecloth. Once again, $1.50. I got it for, no, it was 30. It was 30, so I got it for 15 rand. So less than $1. So that's why I say, when it's half price at that charity shop, I buy these kind of things, because these white vintage old tablecloths and stuff, I use them, I tear them, and I use them in all my projects. So this was just another thing that was also there. Once again, you can see. But can you imagine this in little books, slow stitching? It's gorgeous, gorgeous. I love the color. I love the feel. Oh my goodness, just look at this. This is gorgeous. Perhaps I need to salvage it and then wear it, because it is so beautiful and soft. It is crazy. Yes, I need to go and wash these things before I keep going. This was 30 rand, so I got it for 15. $1. Less. Look how beautiful. I mean, really, really. To put this in my book. Oh, fantastic. Then I went to the music section again, and I found this folder filled with old music sheets and books. And you can see, I absolutely love to use this. So some of them are old, some of them are not so old. But as I said, I can always dye the pages. Grade 1 plus 75 cents. So you can see. And then there's beautiful little pictures in. So this I will definitely dye. I've realized this morning, and after I started working with my handmade paper, I need some dyed papers again. So I will have to do that. So this is, I love this. This was awesome. There you can see Diana Ross. It's just beautiful paper that I can use. And so I don't know, I think this was 10 rand. I don't know how much that was. At that stage, I've lost track. And then I found this little book. It's just, I don't know what it is, but I just love it because look there. I love to use this in my journals, old, and then the writing of the person. Someone really, look there. So that's why I actually got it. Most probably the books usually is 10 rand, so I got it for 5. And look there. Gorgeous when you glue that into your journals. Then I found these two. I'm very, very sad. Nothing is written in them. It's the old journals. My parents used them. And I'm so sad. You can see someone tore out the writings. Oh, there's a little something. So that was what I was going for. I was really looking for that. So I've got 2 or so pages in that, but once again, this is beautiful pages that I can also tea dye or something. That's the journal. Then this is another one, a mark book. Once again, I just bought this for the, look there. And when I dye these papers or whatever, this will look beautiful in my journals. And because it was half price, I got this for 5 rand each. So then, oh goodness, and then I've lost the plot completely. I saw these 3 little ice cream tubs on top of the haberdashery area, and I thought, oh, and I first saw this little tin. And I thought, oh, isn't that beautiful? Not that I need another tin, but once again, I opened the tin, ouch, my hands, and it was buttons. But I saw a beautiful button, and that made me look at, I saw this button. It was just gorgeous. Look at that. So this made me look, there are actually 2 of them. And then there are these studs that I've got the studge machine. My studs were so rusted. I had to throw all my studs away. But look at the beautiful little tin. This is just very beautiful, very precious. So then I looked into this, and then I did hyperventilate. I absolutely hyperventilated when I saw what is in here. Okay, some of these, I've got so many of these, but this was in there, and then it was the little books of the sewing machine. I will also use this in my journals, but needles. I mean, do you know how much good needles cost? Needles, big, small, call it, and they are here. Many needles, many machine needles. Many. I mean, this whole little thing is filled with needles and pins. I haven't looked. I was too excited. I just said, I cannot leave this. I mean, really, I cannot leave this. You can see many needles in this one. Then this is one with pins. I always need pins. This is still very good quality pins. The pins that is cheap and you can buy in the cloth shops, material shops, they are pathetic. I mean, really, you just try to push them through something hard and they just break. So a fantastic whole little beautiful thing filled with pins. Now safety pins. It's all marked. Some safety pins. I mean, this is old proper safety pins, not like the new ones. I haven't even seen that. This is marked machine needles. But no, there are all kind of needles. There's more pins. There are these little needles. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. At this rate, I'll never say never, but I'm never gonna need more pins again. So I think I got all 3 of these tubs for, she said made a price, I said 60 Rand, so I perhaps get it for $1.50. 30 Rand. But look at these needles. I mean, this is needles. What am I gonna do with so many slow stitching or needles? I mean, look there. This is just... Okay. So for a person like me who loves sewing and slow stitching and creating and journals and sew in my journals and slow stitch in my journals, this is like heaven. I'm telling you, just a little piece of cotton braiding. That is absolutely gorgeous. More stuff. Oh my goodness, look at this little thing. Isn't it precious? I wish, I'm sure in the spirit, this person will know how excited I am. Do you think? I mean, we're all spirit, we're all one spirit, and I just really hope, I may sound absolute crazy, but I really hope this person will know how excited her things makes me. More pins. Bobbins. Machine bobbins. I mean, that was just one of the things. One of the little tubs. The other one, I actually took some yarn back today. Yarn, I don't know, it is yarn that I'll never use. So I took it back to the charity shop. But this is proper. This is cotton. So look at this. All these yarns. And then the best thing, this is, yeah, that is stretchy. And then look at the beautiful colors of these slow stitching embroidery yarns. Oh, I couldn't believe it. The oranges, the pinks, the reds. Look at that one. It's just gorgeous. So yes, and then the one, this was just plain, mostly self-binding stuff and whatnot. But you know what I did yesterday? So I've got lots of this also in my cupboard. Yes, I think 2 of them, these boxes full. So what I did yesterday, an amazing thing happened. We were walking on the beach. The next minute, I saw a packet of tea lying there. It was open on the one side. You can see it came from a ship. So it was filled with all the tea bags were still in there, plus lots of sand. So when I got back, I picked it up, And when I came back, I told husband, listen, I need to make some tea dye little bundles again. Remember that beautiful tea dye bundles that I had created previously? I said, I've used them, most of them already. So I said, I need to make more bundles. So let me see. I mean, packet was in the sea. It was wet, lots of sand in between the tea bags, and I came in, put on the kettle, boiled some water, and I threw, it was so funny, all the tea bags and all the sand into the water and into the boiling water. You will not believe it. It was pitch black. It was so strong. So I made my whole plate of, let me go and fetch it. I'm showing you. I cannot believe how dark it is. So I did this last night, and I threw over little bundles, cotton, linen, plus, that's what I actually wanted to tell you. Then I took lots of these things of mine. That was colors that I don't want to use in my journals and my slow stitching things. I don't enjoy the bright colors, or the pure white or whatever. So I took those, cut pieces off, these ribbons. I don't know if they're going to die and how they're going to die, but I just used them to fasten my bundles. So now I'm excited to see after 6 days or so how that is what happened with all of these things and all the colors. I can already see that they look dirty. I mean, I've got light blue in here. I've got the pink. You can see the pink in here. So I just wanted them I don't want to say dirty looking, but you know what I mean. There's even red. I don't know if anything's going to happen. But now remember, I now leave this, and it's full of still sand. So it must be very, very salty. And I don't know, but there are very, very black pieces already happening here. So I don't know. So after a week, I will take this out. I even put the tea bags in between all of that. And that you can see is filled to the brim with cloths and stuff. So I'm excited to see what that's going to do. When I walk out with these brushes, and I thought, oh well, for the house I actually need, this is very, very sturdy, to clean my shower and stuff, and I think these were 10 rand for both. So I couldn't believe it. I also, and that gets me to my last point, bought one of these. This was 20 rand, so I got it for 10 for my paper making. Remember yesterday I was trying to use my one, but that was not a proper sieve or thing that was on there. So I bought this because I saw someone made her wooden frames and used something like this. She just cut this out and put it over the frames. So I found 2 frames. This one was on my wall. That is my dad and one of our stallions when we lived on the farm. I think I was still a little girl when this was taken. So it was inside the Landbou Weekblad, or they came to it was a paper at that stage, or a magazine that came to take photos of my dad. Remember, we had a racehorse farm. But these were the only two frames that I found. That was this. This is my daughter-in-law Jenny and little Zano, my daughter, but they're not on the wall anymore. They were inside there, tucked away, because they've grown. I've got other photos of them that's now all over. So these were the two wooden frames that I found, because I've decided, why buy more? Even though this is vintage, this comes from the farm. But why buy more if these two, the other one was also there, is in my kist, rusting and molding and whatever. Why? I'm going to use what I don't use. That rhymes. So I'm going to take Dad out, and China Clipper, that was the stallion's name, and I'm going to put them in this beautiful frame and then put this on the wall. This is my husband and my son when we went to visit them in China on the Great Wall. Oh, but isn't this a beautiful photo? But I mean, you only have one wall, and how many? So I'm going to take that out, put my dad in there, and then use these two frames for my paper making. Because remember, I made those little round papers yesterday, and I thought, that's stupid. That's really not very nice. And I used milk cartons, so they were kind of grayish. Well, after I started tearing them into little squares and little things and made some things on them, I love it. We'll show you that in my next video. But this is now going to be my stuff that I'm going to use to make my paper. Because I really love my paper, but this is not big enough for this frame. So luckily, I went to the cloth shop, material shop, and I bought some of this. So these are actually that you put on doors to keep the mosquitoes out or whatever. So this I am now I've got my staple gun, our husband's staple gun. So my next project is going to be to make my wooden frames to make more paper. Because I saw that you can buy paper somewhere, homemade paper, and I thought, I love it. It's so beautiful. And guess what? I don't have to, because now I am making my own. And isn't that rewarding? So I've learned a lot yesterday, but more about that in the next video. Now my dogs are playing again. So thank you. The last thing. That's actually why I went into town. I went into town to buy the netting to make my square or rectangle papers. And another charity shop found this for me. This is a pasta maker. But I saw on YouTube videos how they use a pasta maker as a press for monoprinting and stuff. And I cannot tell you, I did a course in monoprinting once, and I absolutely love it. So this is the whole thing. I got this for $5. So I don't know. Actually, if I'm going to do it, if it's going to work. But I asked them to look for one, and one came in and they phoned me. And well, I'm not into that now. I'm now into paper making, making paper. But who knows? I'll go into that once again, and then I'm gonna try and see how that works. So that was my morning. And I am, as you can see, really excited. Excited about everything I found. So I am now going to wash all my new cloths, and then I'm going to try and find a space to put all my new things away, and then I'm going to make my paper making things. So, love you lots, is it from Zester's Lab. And I must admit, this morning I thought, will there come a time, because I've started doing all these new things about half a year ago. I mean, I told you many times, only acrylic painting. Then I went on a course about, I think 2 years back, perhaps now 3 years back. I've learned about papers, painting on papers, drawing, and that whole new thing opened up. And then it was watercolor, and then I don't know how I got into journal making. I saw on the YouTube, I saw videos of making paper, dyeing cloth, and the one thing led to the another. And I am just in a season of my life where I just try new things, and I love every moment. Oh, and the slow stitching, that was also a new thing. And I don't know where this is going to lead. I am just very glad that I found the charity shops. Oh yes, and another love is now charity shopping. I'm so glad I found them, because can you imagine me doing all these new things, arts and crafts and whatever, and having to go to a proper shop to buy these things? It would have bankrupted us. So luckily for me today, I think all of my stuff, husband bought some LPs. All of my stuff was about 350 Rand. I mean, really, 350 Rand, divided that by 20. I don't know how much that is. 3, 5. I'm not going to try, but you can just 350 South African Rand. That is what these, oh, and no, this one was more. I mean, that was not together. My pasta maker, that was another shop. But okay, so it was with a pasta maker, it was $4.50. I mean, $20. All of these things. And can you imagine me playing and creating with all of these things? I mean, we could have gone to eat at a nice restaurant, and that would have cost this. And the joy would have been very short-lived. And now this is just a joy that just keeps on giving. So the moral of my story is, try new things. Do new things. And just find out. I'm finding out who I was supposed to become when I entered this realm. I'm only now finding it out. And I am loving every moment of the new me. So there is no way, the reason whatsoever, to keep being stuck in your ways. As I said, I've been stuck in my acrylic painting, later the palette knife, whatever, for about 15 years. Loved it, loved every moment, learned a lot, did the art workshops. Oh man, was a blessing to many who came to my house experiencing those workshops. They became a blessing to me, and I made so many wonderful friends. But when that season was done and over, I started a new season, and my life has just expanded 100-fold, let me tell you. Right, so love you lots. Is it from Zesters Labs? And if I can, you can. So just do something, just start and just try something new. And I don't want to say try, I want to say just do it. Do something new. Yesterday I made paper without having the right equipment. I used what I had, and it was amazing because that was a stepping stone to you finding my frames, buying that was 50 rand. Let's say with that thing 60 rand was those things. So I can start a brand new hobby, or whatever you call it, that's bringing me so much joy for 60 rand, you know, $3, and use old paper. So that's it. Try something new. Find out what makes you come alive and start doing more and more and more of that, because that's where our happiness, our joy, our peace lies, inside of us, in finding out what make the peace and the joy and the power and the whatever we need to start moving in us. And that's why how we create a joyful life and a peaceful life and a powerful life, whatever. Create. Try new things. Try it. What if I do this? What if I make paper in a pink sieve, kitchen sieve? What if, find out. Let's start to find our excitement again. Life in this realm is supposed to be exciting. But no, we kept going on our old routes and life is boring, and our happiness, our responsibility. See you soon.